Hello all, welcome back to the second part of Oracle Cloud ERP Masterclass series, and we have got reports and analytics. So, so far, whatever you have understood, we would have a short recap, and I'll show you the demo of OTBI and BI report, and then the custom things. So, please type yes if you are able to hear me well and all good to go ahead with. I need your participation. Please type yes in the comment box and then we can go ahead. Okay, great, Subramanian. So I hope others can also listen to me well. So let me take you through what we had covered so far. So we discussed in our last session about what is cloud reporting, different ways of reporting in Oracle Cloud. Then we saw some examples of Financial Reporting Studio, where we saw Account Inspector and Sunburst. We saw OTBI reports in cloud. We also had got a demo on how to create OTBI reports. We saw BI publisher reports as well. And then we were on to creation of BI publisher reports. So apart from this, we have got custom layout templates, which is scheduled for today. And the last thing is enterprise scheduler system or ESS jobs. So let me reiterate, I mean, the OTBI reporting from where I would be again showing you how to create analysis and report, and then we will be looking at BI publisher reports and going ahead with custom layout and template. So let me take you directly to OTBI reports. Do you have any questions so far? You can type in. So before I proceed, I would like to see if you have got any questions for me. Please share your questions if you have any. So I do not see any questions so far. So let me let me go ahead with creation of OTBI reports. Let me share the screen with you on OTBI reports. And here it is. Hope you all can see the screen. Please type yes if you could. Okay, go ahead. So, yeah, Subramaniam, got your point. You are able to see my screen. Let me go ahead with that. So, we discussed last time how we can create OTBI or BI publisher reports. These are the two main type of reports which can cater to any dimension of the business. Like it could be for um, your HCM line of business, or SCM, or finance, or any other stream, to be precise, logistics, procurement, any business stream. So that is why these are very handy, and uh, I mean, you can do a lot of customization as well. You can create your own layout and other things. So there is a lot of customization also possible in these type of reports. So OTBI reports basically cater to preceded subject areas. So the advantage of BI publisher report is you can create altogether custom data model and custom layouts which can cater to your industry, your requirements. However, OTBI is also in a way customizable, um, since you have got many subject areas to choose from. So Oracle has already considered that in mind, and that is how they have come up with a lot of subject areas. However, if you still need custom reporting, then BI Publisher tops you with that option. So let us see how we can create uh, an OTBA report. If anybody could guide me with a navigation, I would be very happy. Yeah, please guide me through the navigation of OTBI report. How do I create an OTBI report? Well, yes. So good. We need to go to tools and then reports and analytics. Very good, Nikhil. Good answer. Yeah. So let me show you. So this is also one kind of view. You can have different view as well as per your requirement. This is one kind of home page. However, the last time we had seen the different home page. I deliberately chose this look and feel for you today. So tools, and we need to click on reports and analytics. Once I click on that, it opens a new page for me. It is a little slow. Yeah. So we have got on reports and catalog and analytics, where we can see browse catalog here. If we want, we can directly create from here, create report and analysis. However, I would suggest you to go to browse catalogs, where you have got many other options as well. You click on that, and here you get new. You can open, you can work on dashboards, you can create favorites, and many other options. You have got entire list of options available to you in terms of folders you have. If you scroll through like this, you have got many options where you have dashboards, you have got tools, reports, data models, and many other things. So let us create one report. So I click on this report, and then it asks me what kind of report I want to create. So can anybody tell me what are the different types of reports we have got? It would be good if we are interactive and we are providing inputs. It would be good for you as well. You would remember these things. So I would give you a hint. There are three types of reports you can create. The source of the reports are of three types. Yeah, very good, Subramaniam. So we have got one is subject area, and there are two more. Can anybody else try on that? So Praj, those are two kind of reports, basically OTBI and BIP. So we are talking about OTBI reports. So are these reports restricted to offering user having access to like financial and HCM? I did not get your question, Ashish. However, what I understood is, are these reports restricted to offering user having access to only these? No, you can have access to any subject area if you have got proper roles. So you can create reports. So custom template is another way to change the look or layout of your report, Subramaniam. Let me tell you, there are these three ways: use data model, upload a spreadsheet, and the one you told me, Subramaniam, that is use subject area. So for this moment, I am using use subject area, and it will load the entire list of subject areas available for me to create a report. Yeah, so I've got entire list here. I can choose whatever I want. So let us say general ledger, journals, real time, and then I click on next. So based on my subject area, it will populate other uh, columns and tables under that particular subject area. So it takes a little time. Yeah. Here we have got options to create report, like whether we want that report to be portrait or landscape. All these things are basically the layout kind of thing. What kind of layout I need to have for my report. So for simple report, I would select table and click on next. I could have chosen table and graph. I could have chosen table and two graphs. So all these options are available for me. Sorry. Based on my subject area, as I told you that there are a lot of tables, columns I have got. So I would create a very simple report. Last time we tried with different options, and on that particular instance the data was not available. So Let us start now. Let's say for I take general source name, input here. Hope all of you are able to see and follow me. Yeah. So then I take, let's say, journal category. So here I take journal category. I think journal category is not having data properly. So let me take category description. Is it there? No, it is also not there. Never mind. I'll take. Okay. So let us take journal. Okay. So let us say the ledger I have got. So ledger name I am taking here. Normally, when we change folder in this, it gives us some issues in reporting. However, if I take most of them from one, then it would not give me much issues. So let's say if I take this, give me a moment. Let me take some fields first and then I will adjust on this because some combination does not work with this. Okay, so we have got some items here. Let me take some amounts as well. Sorry. Line details. In currency, we got line amounts. Okay, here we have got it gets a little slow here. Okay, so in the meantime, I would like to tell you here when we create reports through OTBI, sometimes when you have got data from uh, different folders, it does not connect well. However, I mean, until and unless you have all the columns in place, it looks like that you are not getting data and all that stuff. But once you have put all the columns, then you would be able to see the report output. Like in our case, it was showing that no related data. However, once we put the amount and other things, then it looks like the data is coming well in here. So in the meantime, if you want, you can add more columns here. Like we had taken general, so here we have already taken general category. We, let's say we take general category name as well. So here we take general category name. So now if you see here, we have got journal user source name, we have got journal category name, we have got ledger name, legal entity name. However, legal entity is not being populated well, but we have got ledger currency and other amounts as well. It takes a little time to settle it down. So in the meantime, let me have some questions if you have got for me. So far so good, I think. You can post your questions in between. Also, I would be shuffling between your questions and the demo we are having. So we click on next, and we have got view report. So finally we click on finish, and the report would be saved first. So let us say journals, and as we had discussed, whatever custom thing we create in shared folders, and then custom and the relevant subfolder. Like here in this case, we should be saving it in financials. So we have got financials here. In financials, we do not have journal ledger, I think. So let us create one folder here with the name of general ledger. Ledger. So we click here, and here we have got journals report, let's say. Okay. There was a difference between shared folder and my folders. Can anybody tell me what was the difference I talked about in my last session? If you could remember. Yeah, please go ahead and type in your answers. So we have created that report in shared folders. Now the report is being populated. This was purely based on the subject area I had got. There could be a business scenario where, apart from the columns I have got in my report. There could be some other columns also needed. So in that case, I need something custom based on my requirement only. That is where BI publisher or custom data model comes into picture. So here if we see, the data is very well set here. However, if you see or see the difference. If I am the customer, I probably may not like this amount. I would like this to be, say, 399 for 18.22 or point, say, 23 or whatever the nearest decimal point two, like in case of the next amount 1706.54. So all these customizations, all these things we can achieve in our custom template or layout. We could be requiring a logo here. We could be requiring some text to be displayed. On top of that, we could be requiring some footer to be displayed here, and many other things we can do with custom templates. So that is what we are going to see in today's session. Yeah, so we have got some answers. Server, cloud versus individual. So Mohan, your answer is, let me explain that answer. Mohan has written server, cloud versus individual. So probably what you mean to say is, when you save that on shared folder, it is shared across users. However, if you create that or save that in my folders, it is available only to you or your user. Yeah, so very correct answer from Rajesh as well. Shared folder open for public view, whereas my folder exclusively for yourself. That is the correct answer. So let us go ahead. Probably you might have seen uh, OTBI reports till now. If you have any questions, you can type in, and I'll wait for some time for your questions to come in, and then we can proceed with BI publisher reports. So guys, yeah, you can send in your questions in comment box. I'll be happy to answer them. If you have any questions till so far, whatever we have covered in OTBI reports. So we saw how to create OTBI reports today. However, the same thing you can is that mandate to save the reports in shared or custom folder. This is what Mohan is asking. No, Mohan, it is not a mandatory thing to do. However, if you want that report or analysis to be available to other users as well, then you need to save it in shared custom folder. However, if you want that to be for only you, then you can save it in my folders. I hope I answered your question. Any other questions you have, please drop in. So the way we have created the report, we can have analysis, which is I would call an ad hoc kind of analysis or ad hoc kind of reporting for you, which you create and run for you, and once that satisfies that ticks all the boxes for you, then you can create a report similar to that. So Ashish is saying, sorry, once report is saved, how to publish so that these are accessible in instance or not required. Ashish, if I am getting you correct, if you save it in shared folder, it is available. There is no need to publish or exclusively made available for others. So it can be accessed across. So Mohan is asking, my question is always the custom reports should be stored as standard to save in custom folders only. So Mohan, if I answer you on this, all the custom reports normally are stored in custom folder. However, whatever is standard is already in shared and respective folder, like shared financials, shared HCM, shared any other. So I hope I answered you, Mohan. Then the other question from Ashish is how business user can run. So if you are a business user and you have got proper roles, you can go and run that report. This is basically role based access. So in any case, if you do not have access or if you do not have appropriate roles, then you cannot run any report, whether it is global or user specific. So one has to have first thing the roles, and then the report should be saved in shared folders, so any user can run that report. So I think we have got good questions. Can I go ahead with BI publisher reports? If you still have any questions, you can type in, and probably at the end of the session we can still discuss. Let me go ahead with BI publisher reports. So again, we can go to browse catalog, or we are already here, so we can click on new. And for BI publisher report, as I discussed last time also, we need to create a data model for that. So we have to click on new and data model. Once I click here, I have several options to create a data model for. So I can derive a data model or data set from SQL query, LDAP query, and many other options. So let me take SQL query here. Uh, so let me give it a name. Let's say employee employee information, and I need to select a data source for that. So for anything which is related to finance or SCM, we select FSCM. In case it is related to HCM, human capital management, then we select HCM, and then we have got customer relationship management or CRM as well. So let me select HCM because we are talking about employee information here. So I have got one query prepared for you. I have typed in the query here. Here is my query, and I click on OK button here. So there is one parameter I have given, that is called BU name or business unit name parameter. If I have got any parameter in my SQL query, it would automatically prompt me for creating the parameter. However, if I want, I can skip this option. But since it is there, so I click on OK, and it automatically creates a parameter for me. Okay, so let's say the business unit, and I can set the field size and other things. Here I can give what kind of data type. How it should match with the data type I have taken in my SQL query, and similarly other fields as well. If I want to make it mandatory, I click here on mandatory. Now I click here and I go to data and click on view. In the meantime, can anybody tell me? I had discussed one option. If I want to create a BI publisher report from data model, then I need to have one option to be selected. Can anybody recall that? What is that option? If I do not select that option at the data model level, or I do not perform that action, then my report is not going to have data, or in fact it is going to give me some error. So do anybody recall that? Please type in your answer in comment box if you do. So this is how my data should look like. I have given a lot of fields where there are some values, there are some null values as well. So I'm waiting for your answers, guys. Do you remember what I need to do? Okay, so probably, okay, I need to click on this save as sample data. If I do not do that, then and I create a report on that, then I get an error message that it does not have a sample data. So I click on save as sample data, and I get this information or pop-up kind of thing, saved as sample data. Now if I click on create report, it would directly take me to report page. I have not saved this, so I need to save this also. Yeah, I saved it, and again I am saving it in shared folder, and then the custom folder, and in the custom I have got say HCM, and let's say I create one folder, say data model, and here I save it as employee information. So my two tick boxes are done. One is I have saved it, and the other one is I have saved the sample data as well. Now, if I click on create report, it would take me to this page. And now this time it has already selected, because I am navigating from the data model page to create report page. So I don't need to specifically give here. It has already selected that option. And I click on next. Okay, so now again the same thing. I can have a table and chart. I have got pivot table. I have got chart and pivot table. There are many options. So let us take table only at this moment. And based on my data model, I have got all the columns or fields here. Whatever I want, I can have. So let's say employee number I am taking, employee first name I am taking, employee last name I am taking, then let's say date of birth I am taking, I'm not sure whether country has got data or not, but it's still, let me take that. Job name I am taking. So this is all the data saved in your tables. So whatever data you have saved, that would be populated in your report as well. So you have got business unit, you have got, if you want, ledger. Okay, so and then I take, let's say, application username, and I take expense account. Okay, and I take role name, whatever roles are assigned to this user. Let's say this. Okay, now if I want, I can move the columns here and there. Okay, so I click on next here, and then finally I click on finish. So it would ask me to save this report. Let's say employee information report, and I want to save it in, say, folder, new folder, and I name it as report. For my convenience, it is not mandatory to have the same structure. You can have a different structure as well. You can have like one report name, and then under that you can have data model and the report as well. So it is all up to you. How do you keep it? How do you maintain it? So now my report is being loaded here, and this is going to provide me the standard template here. I do not have any logo. I do not have any customization in my layout. Whatever Oracle understand and prepare, it would print the report in that layout. Rather, show the report in that layout. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can drop in your questions in comment box. So it is. So Mohan is asking, where do we need to provide the SQL? Is that data set and code? So Mohan, I have shown you where we create the code. It is under the data model, and then you have got options to create your query, whether it is from SQL or any other option. There are a lot of options as well. If you want, I can show you again in some time. So for test SQL, basically you can have any SQL. You could have it from your own R12 queries. You just need to modify a little bit. So there are a lot of queries available on the internet as well. So I mean, you don't have to bother for test SQL, however. So there is some error in the report. I see this saying stop processing for the report because the report data size of is this. So since there is a lot of data and we need to give some parameter over there. So what we can do is we can, you know, uh, employ information. There is a data set. So let me go to the data set or data model here, and so Mohan, you can see here, this is where I have given the query. This is the query here. Give me a moment. So, so let me put a condition here for this. Okay, let's say we have got this parameter, and for this parameter I want to create a SQL query here, and this is hanged a bit high. Give me a moment. Let me just refresh it. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can drop in your questions. Okay, I saved this, and now I'm creating a parameter out of it, and the parameter name is uh, the parameter name should be the same which we have given, and the parameter name is view name param, and we keep the same value here, and we need to check whether okay. And one more thing here, first of all is parameter name. Now, so if we have created any list of values, then we have to select the parameter type as menu here. However, the data type is a string. We need to select menu here from the list of values. So, and if we select menu, then it automatically picks the one we have already created. However, you can, if you have many, you can choose from here. So, what list of values? So now this particular list of value is associated with this parameter. Okay, so now let us see the data if we have got. So here, let's say I have got, I can select any. However, let's say this one, I don't know whether it has got data or not, but let us select this. So it does not have any data. Let us say yeah. So my Mohan is asking, what does diagram web services do? So if you are creating data set through web services, you can have. Uh, I mean, you need to select diagram and then web services. What are private data source? Is it similar to custom folders in Discover? No, please do not relate Discover with BI Publisher report here. The private data source are basically, I mean, the queries you create and then you load through different methods to create a data source. So here we have got business unit. Where do we have got business unit? Okay, so we have got this business unit. Let us try for this only. Search, and so we have got this one. Okay, and view report. So now we would be getting report for that only. Save as sample data. Now we have already created the report, so let us go and check the report, and it would ask us for business unit, and here we can provide that to restrict the values. In the last attempt, what we did, we were looking for all the data, and since the data was huge, so it did not give us result, rather it gave us an error. In this case, it should give us the data. Uh, Mohan is asking, can we create the list of values directly here, or do we need to create LOV outside in application developer like EBS first? No, we are creating the LOV here. I already showed you this. I created the LOV then and there based on a query as well. I hope I answered your question, Mohan. Guys, if you have any more questions, you can type in so that I would be able to respond to those questions till we get the data, because data seems to be huge still when we have provided only one parameter here. Still, we have got some stop processing because the data is huge. Yeah. So let us take some more. Until and unless we have a smaller chunk of data, it would give us error. Instead, if we have scheduled it, then it would probably uh, fetch uh, data based on that. So let us run it for some other. I saw one more. Yeah, yeah, folks. Do you have any questions? So if you Rajesh is asking whether there is a limit on the data. See, Rajesh, it depends on the entire data set you have got. If you have got multiple columns, and in those multiple columns you have got data as well, huge data, then the data set becomes huge to be presented. So in that case, the answer is you need to schedule it to be run, and then system takes care of the balance loading. So we had got one more business unit, I think. Let us take this one. So basically we have got data for US2 business unit as well. Hope it has got less data. So there are some more questions like, are there any ways to tune report performance and OTBI? Well, OTBI, as we have seen, is basically carried out and designed by seeded subject areas only. So you don't have any thing to do in tuning the report. However, in terms of BI publisher, if you are talking about Monica, then of course yes, you can tune your query because you have control over your data source or data set, to be precise. You can tune your query and then you can have better results. Nagaraju is asking, is it possible to run the report directly in CSV format so that we can avoid these kind of excess volume limitation data? Yes, you have got that option, Nagaraju. I would be showing that pretty soon. So all these issues what we are facing related to templates, data size, and all that can be catered to if you have got custom templates. However, the template which is being used here is again we have got the error. So let us see how can we avoid this and make use of Excel based or custom template. So let me show you how do we create custom template based on your data model. So here you have seen, so far we have created a custom data source or data model, and there is one option right here on export. So let's say I run it for all the business unit for once, and then I can export the data. The data would be exported in XML format. It would have XML tags, and that would be useful for you to create your custom Word or Excel template. So right here we have got this option to export this. Okay, so I click on this export and I can save it locally. So you can see here the type of document is XML document. Now I am saving it. So we have got one folder here and I am saving it with the name of employee information here. Now what are the steps to do that? And before we go to the custom template, let me take you through the advantage of it. Give me a moment, guys. In the meantime, you can type in your questions. Can we show which roles have access to this report now? I do not get your question, Mohan. If you have got if you have got access to report and analytics, then you can have access to all the reports basically. How can we have multiple templates based on language or any condition? We can have multiple templates basically as Z. So I will show you based on I mean for one report how can we have different templates. So let us have some more questions. Is it possible to run the report directly in CSV? Yeah, we talked about it, Nagaraju. We will be having that soon. Just give me a moment. Hope you are able to see my screen now. Yeah. So what do we have in custom templates basically? So it is all about defining your own template. The template you define is a presentation of report data. So it also defines, I mean, you can change the font size, styles, borders, shadings, and can also include images such as company logo. It supports several types of templates to support different report layout requirements. Most of the templates delivered with Oracle Fusion applications are normally RTF, rich text format, and you can create those using Microsoft Word or rather Microsoft applications, whether it is Microsoft Word or Excel. So yeah, I mean, you can have different representations of your data based on your requirements. So there are different types of templates like RTF, or you can create your own by publisher layout editor, or you can have e-text template. It is specifically used for payment files normally. So it could be EDI or EFT. So we can create our own custom RTF template by performing below steps. I would be taking you through all these steps. Let us first see what are those steps. So create a data model, we have already done. Generate the XML data file for the data model, we have done. Save the XML data file locally, we did that. Open Word and load XML data, that we would be doing. And further, there are some more steps which we would be doing or performing. So let us see. Let me take you through the practical part of it. So Hope you can see my screen now. I have got Word open with me. Yeah. So we have seen that we need to create a data model. We create the XML file and we save it locally, and then we load it in Word. So to create Word based custom template, you need to have BI Publisher uh, plugin, which is provided by Oracle. You need to download and install it. That is Oracle BI Publisher report template for Word and Excel. So I have already done that, and you can see here we have got this BI Publisher menu here. Otherwise, normally you don't have this. If your BI Publisher menu is there and you have got all these fields enabled, that means your plugin is working fine, and you can do create your own data model or data template to be precise. So let us say now I am clicking on, once you have opened the Microsoft Word, you can click on BI Publisher and then sample XML. Here you have got, you need to select here. So here you have got the one which you saved it some time back. So it says data loaded successfully. Now you need to check whether it is loaded properly or not. You can click on table wizard. You can click on all fields. So let me click on table wizard. It takes you to this page where you can select from these three options, whether it is table, form, or free form. You can select based on your need. You click on next. If you get something in this data set, that means your data is loaded properly. If you don't get anything here, then that means your data has not been loaded properly. So you need to do that again in that case. So let me click this. Now I have got all the fields available from my XML data. So I can choose based on my requirement. Let's say this one I take. Then I have got employee first name, I employee second last name, and then let's say email address if it has got employee assignment number, employee category, business unit, ledger, application username, expense account we don't have, and this. And then I can have again the group by, then if I choose group by for anything, then I have another option, then, and we have got more options to choose from. Similarly, sorting, if you want to do sorting, if you select anything, then let's say employee number, then it would be taking you for next sorting, and so on. So once you have done this, click on this. Now if you see here, all these are XML tags, there is not data. So you need to save this. Let's say mm, and I need to select here as RTF and save. Now my RTF template is prepared and saved. What I need to do next is, when I go to report, let's say this is the report I had created. So I am canceling it and I'll click here on actions. Now I'll click on edit layout. It will give me the layout which I already have. So that is a standard layout. So that is one way to download and uh, change the layout, or you can click on edit report and then you can choose a layout. So this is the layout. Here you can make changes. You can put a logo, you can change other things. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, probably what you can do is, if you want altogether your custom template to be loaded, and you can click here edit report, and here you can see the default template is used here. You can click here, view a list, and you can upload a template. Now here you can upload your custom template. You need to select the file. So you have got this file. Then what kind of template it is? It is a RTF template, and you can have the
Hello.
language as well. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, sir. Your screen is stuck on tables. Can you reshare
See,
your screen, please?
give me a moment. Is it good now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me take you through it again. Give me a moment, please. So so this is how your template looks like. So how do you reach to this page? Let's say you click on view report. This is what runs in the background, and you can stop the run and then you can change the layout. So once you navigate to the report page, it shows you this because there is a default template, and it runs on that. So you can click here to stop the processing, and then you can click here on actions, and then you can click here on edit report. Once you click on edit report, you get this default template shown here. Now, as you are uploading your own template, you can click here on view a list, and you can click here for uploading your own template. Click on upload, give a name. Now you can click on this and select the template you have created, what type of template it is. It is a RTF template, and you can select the language. So let us say this, and click on upload for your custom template to be loaded. Now you can see here there are two templates. This is default and this is the one you have created. Which template to be run? Again, click on view a list and select this as your default. Now you have got output type as well. So you can select HTML, PDF, RTF, or whatever. So let us say PDF output and save here. Now if you click on view report and give the parameter to a, let's say, US2 business unit, let's say. So this is how you prepare and upload a custom template. Now in the meantime, we can have some questions from you if you have got. So Sanjeev is asking, can you please navigate again the attaching custom template to report data model? Yes, Sanjeev, I can show you again. No problem. Let it complete first. Any other questions you have got? So Vijender is asking, how can we run these custom reports as scheduler jobs? So it is very similar. If you are coming from EBS background, Vijender, then yes, it is very similar to the concurrent programs we used to create in EBS. Uh, so here we call it as ESS job. So you need to create an ESS job and you can schedule or run ad hoc. I hope I answer your question, Vijender. Okay, so again, since we have got good amount of data, the template and the output did not serve our purpose. However, it was custom. We could have got other things done in that, like if we are creating this type of template, then we could have logo, we could have we can change this. So there are many things which we can do on word template. Now there is another way we can have our data to be placed and shown well. Okay, and that is very important in terms of huge data while you are extracting it from your fusion system. So for that you have two options again. So let me show you that. You have got Excel. Till Excel is opening, let me show you, Sanjeev, how do I change the template. So I click, give me a moment. Yeah, so I hope you are able to see this. I click on this and then I click on edit report, where I have got one standard template, that is employee information report, that is standard seeded template, and the one I have uploaded custom. And if I click on view a list, then I can set the property of being default as well. If I want anything to be inactive, I can click on inactive as well. I can choose the format of that, default format of that report. Hope I answered your question, Sanjeev. You are able to see. Okay, so now I am showing you the custom template of Excel. Hope you can see the Excel sheet. Again, I have got here BI publisher menu for me. I click on this and the same thing I do here, sample XML. Now let's take the same employee information and click on open. Now if you click here and you have got, okay, there is one sheet called sheet 1 where you have got data. Now you could click on metadata sheet will be created, okay, and you have got this where you got all the fields. Similarly, uh, you had got the same thing in Word as well. Here you have got in Excel. Now you, if you want, you can click on insert and then you can click on next, then you can click on next and next, 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 next. So basically, where you have put your cursor, it is taking from there. So if you want to start from, let's say here, you can click. And whatever fields you want to have, you can have. Now this is what you have got in your data. Okay, so now you need to give the field names. You can have this from your XML file as well. Now if you see here, there is an hide. If you click on this, you have got XDO metadata already created. Once you have loaded the XML file in Excel, it has automatically created one sheet here where you have got every information which is required it to communicate to your report. There we were having XML tags. Here also we have got XML tags, but the information is in this way. Okay, so employee number and all that stuff we have got here. And if you click here, then you can see XDO and some other thing is written. So you can go to formulas, you can go to name, and all these things are created here automatically once you click on insert. So whatever you have inserted, it has been captured here, and it is the standard way to write this thing. So let's say this, if you click on edit, it would say XDO underscore question mark and the field name. Basically the field name is field 1 and then the question mark. This is the standard way to do that. You don't have to touch it. And if you want to create it all together your own custom way, then you don't need to load the data, XML data. You can create your own way as well. So this is one way. Let me show you the other way how I create it. So let's say these are the fields I had taken. These are the fields I want to take in my report. Okay. Now let's say I want to change the look and feel of it. So let's say I want to show like this, and instead of this I can do a lot of things here. Now I would copy the entire this thing and create a sheet and paste it here. Now, even if you don't have this, it does not matter, but upper part is important to have. If you don't have custom template with this information, it would not be able to communicate to your data. Okay, now since I have to put something in here, so what I can do is, what is that? So I would go to formulas, name manager, and I would create a new one. Here I would say xdo underscore question mark and the field name what is appearing in my XML data. So in my XML data, the name of this is, so in my data it is this, and this is how I need to write for every single field if I am creating it all together custom manually. Okay, now new, and it has to be in B2, and the same thing. So we already have this in the other way, xto underscore question mark and the name of it. So that is employee first name. If it does not match properly with your XML file, it would not respond to your thing. So there are two ways. Either you create it all manually or you load the XML data, whatever way you want. Then we have got, I've taken a small amount of data so I can do it myself. However, I would recommend if you are having huge data, then you need to load the XML file and avoid any typing mistakes. Then we have got email address. So it is only recommended when you have a smaller chunk of data to be had. So the other one is business unit. So Then we have got ledger, application username and roles assigned. So we have got A, B, C, D, E, F, and then we have got G and H. And then we have got the last one. That is called role name as per our XML file. So we are good to go with this. Now there is one catch. If you do not provide here the grouping, I have given the tag for this, tag for this, tag for this, and fill all the columns. I have given my tags, but I have not given a grouping or repeating frame. So I need to give this as well. So I have got to give XDOG, and then the new one is. So now if you see, I have selected A2 to H2. So it has already been shown here. So XDO underscore G underscore question mark, and in between I would type my group. The group is G1 in my case. So this is how I would give for grouping. Close, and I would save this as my custom template. So let's say extract, and here I would, one more thing here to remember is you have to save it as XLS, not XLSX. So you need to give your name, employee information, and you can give Excel template. You can save it and continue. Now you need to upload it. So let me show you how do you upload it. So I think guys the screen was hanged and you could not see. Let me show you again. So this is how we give the names of your columns, and this is something we give as a standard thing. So how do we give that? Click here, go to formulas, go to name manager, and you can type in this format. This is a standard thing we need to follow. So xdo underscore question mark and your column name here, and again the question mark here, and finally you click on OK. The same thing you have to do for every single column like this. And finally, when you have got all the columns here, you have to group them, and the format is like this: xdo underscore g underscore question mark, and then the group name, and finally the question mark closed. So this is a standard format you need to follow in case you want Excel template to communicate with your data. And in another sheet you have to create and write this. This is also a standard thing you need to write. The alternative to this is you can click on BI publisher and you can click on sample data, and you can again do the same thing which you have done in Word template. Have any questions? Subramaniam, I showed again the grouping and other things. Do you want me to repeat grouping, Subramaniam? So let me show you again. This is one column, this is another, and similarly we have got till H. Now if I want to group these things, or I want the data to be repeated, I need to select from first column till the last column only the data row, not the column row, or the column heading row rather. So I need to select from A2 till H2, and I need to go to formulas, I need to go to name manager, I need to go to new, and this is what I need to write in here: xdo underscore g, that defines it is a group, and I need to give the name of the group here, and need to close it and save it. And you need to save it as .xls, not .xlsx. Hope it is good. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to stop sharing on Excel. I will be taking you to instance where I upload this. So bear with me. Yeah, here I can Okay, so hope you can see my screen. Yeah, you can. So here what I am going to do is I can upload a new template here. So same thing, I click on plus, I click on upload, and I give the name here. I need to select the template. So this is my template here, which I have created. Open. Now you have to select Excel template here. And remember, friends, if your template is not of Excel type and you select here Excel template, it would give you an error right here. You can share your questions if you have any. Give me a moment. Let me refresh it. You're away from the instance, so probably it was taken out of the login. Let me click on edit report. Click on view a list and upload a template. Yeah, so we are good to go with this. What I am going to do is I would keep this as my default layout rather than the other two. Now I would click on save and then I'll click on view report. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can shoot and type in the comment box. The way it is processing the data, it seems the data is too much. We have got too much of data. Probably uh, we need to put some more parameters in our query. But this is how we carry out the custom template thing. Now we were talking about. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can put some more condition in that. It would take some time to tweak the query for some more conditions. Probably in the next session we can check. However, because the data is too much, that is why the report is failing. Let me show you one more important thing here, which was our last topic of today's presentation, or the discussion rather. What is ESS job? So it is very similar to the one we have in Oracle E-Business Suite, that is concurrent programs. So let us see the concurrent programs, or the ESS job of Oracle Fusions. So if you go to tools, you can find here scheduled processes. So that is not there. What you can do is you can go to this navigator, that is, and here you can click on more. Now you have got, here it is, scheduled processes. You can click on this. One more thing I would like to tell you guys, you can define your own homepage if something is not visible. However, scheduled processes is a part of tools menu. If you don't see that, you can add that. So this is the same thing which we used to have as concurrent program in EBS. You can click on schedule new process. Again, the same thing. You can have the concurrent program set and concurrent program alone. So here it is job and job set. All these are predefined or custom defined jobs. You can search for a particular job. Let's say, so if I click on this, so we have got, let's say, so we have got this, let's say, or we can run the basic ones. So we have got create accounting for assets, create accounting. Let's say I click on create accounting for assets, and if I click on OK, it would take me the to the form it has got, like which book you want to run it for. Let's say US Federal. I want to give the category. It is very similar again to the concurrent programs we had. The name here is Jobs, that is Enterprise Scheduler System, ESS Jobs, and you can create your own jobs and job set as well. So this is the process ID here, and you can see the process here. It is running all the details about it. It has got completed, and here below you can see the output as well. If you click here, you have got the output as well. You can open or save. So with this, we end our session today. If you have any question on this, you can share right now. You can type in, and if you want to have the questions later on, you can share it again. So this is what is ESS Jobs. So it is a program that you run to process data, or in some cases generate output as a report, extract file, and other things. User can submit these jobs as an ad hoc process, or it can be automated to run at a certain time. We can groups related jobs in a job set, as we talked about, to be executed in a defined sequence. In case you have got any questions, you can share on these emails. So there is one question from Sandeep. Can we see the details about ESS jobs? What details you are talking about, Sandeep? If you are talking about the job details, yes, you have got all the job details here, like what time it has been run, what are the parameters, everything you have got here. Let me show you. Share the screen. So yes, if you are talking about these details, yes, you have got what time the job has run, and what is the status, what is the ID, schedule time, schedule submission time, and all these things. Then you have got output, you have got temp file, then you have got what all parameters it has used in this thing, all parameter values and all other stuff right here. I hope, Sandeep, I have answered your question. You can see the details of the ESS jobs. So Mohan is asking about how to schedule our custom report. So if you want to schedule your custom report, concurrent program. Sandeep, I will take your question again. So Mohan is asking that how can we schedule our custom report. So yes, the same way you used to create a concurrent program in EBS, you can create a ESS job for your module, and you need to place your report and data model in certain folder, like we have discussed in case of HCM. It has to be in HCM folder, custom HCM. And if it has to be for finance, then you need to put that in relevant finance folder at shared and custom. And then you will have to create a custom ESS job. Yes, Sandeep. So we have executables in R12. So in Oracle Fusion, we do not have to have any executable. Rather, you need to place your data model and the report in the folder, as I spoke about a couple of minutes ago. And then through the ESS job you can relate that destination folder, and finally you can run those reports through ESS job as well. Any other questions do you have, guys? Yes, Mohan, of course. You can see, like as I have shown in the screen here, that you can see uh, like who has run the program and all that stuff. So you can get the details out of those. So you have got log and everything you have got. So it is, I mean, nothing unusual than the uh, orthodox concurrent program.
Okay. So thanks,
Hope,
Amit.
yeah,
Uh,
hope all the questions are answered. If you have still some questions, you can post on no Oracle
right.
side. Yeah,
Yes. Thanks, Amit. Am I audible, Amit, now on?
yeah, you can. You are.
So thanks for taking such a long session today. Also, we crossed more than 2 hours in the live streaming, and I'm sure everybody got benefit. Amit's question is yes. So Amit, we have Amit shared this information on the last session. So we'll upload that PPT on our blog soon, and you can see that difference also. And really appreciating for all of you who joined today and watched us all the way through each step patiently, because sometimes system is slow, internet is slow, and it really appreciating on our part. Amit is taking all the way through for small steps altogether. Great. So everybody can rewind this whole session again. If any part is missing, or if you skip some part, you can go and rewind that. We also have our last three sessions also in the same our channel, so you can go through those again. And if you like this session, this kind of initiatives, you can post on LinkedIn, or share with your friends, so that more and more people get benefit of such things, right? So now our next session will be on Friday 7:30 same time, 7:30 India time, which will be 9 a.m. US Central Time. So let's meet again. And I'm sure if you are happy, then appreciate this and share this with your friends, so that more and more people can join. And on Friday, Amit, we having approvals, right?
Yes. We would be talking about Oracle approvals and Fusion.
Yeah. So guys, Oracle approvals in cloud is totally different than what you see in AME or Oracle Business Suite. So it would be a totally new sessions, all the way new concept, new approach. So let's take that session as a fresh mind. And meantime, if you have questions or you like to know more, feel free to reach out me via our WhatsApp group or some other channels. We have a blog, we have YouTube channel, so we can help you out. So good. It's a long day, and stay safe home, and let's see you on Friday. So take care. Good night for India friends, and good day for our US folks. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye bye.